Welcome to Gardening with Ben, the podcast where we dig into the soil of our gardens and the depths of our green thumbs. I'm your host Ben, here to guide you through the joys of gardening from sowing seeds to reaping bountiful harvests. Each episode will explore tips, tricks and tales from the garden and allotment, sharing insights from ourselves and stories from our own back garden adventures. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just getting your hands dirty for the first time, there's something here for everyone. So grab your brew and gardening gloves and let's get growing with Gardening with Ben. Hey everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Gardening with Ben. Well, it's been a while since our last episode, but we have been so busy, and I'm here to tell you everything that we have been up to down at the allotment recently. And then the next couple of episodes will be telling you the monthly jobs on what we need to plant and what jobs need doing in the garden and an allotment. So where have we been and what have we been up to? Well, I've been away this Easter weekend. I decided to get away for a few nights and enjoy myself and just be able to chill out and relax really, as I have been doing too much at the moment. So I just needed some time to myself to enjoy a weekend away. But now we are back and now we are back into it and hopefully cracking on with everything down at the allotment, as it's getting to that time of year when it's starting to get busy and we've got lots to get done and I keep buying more and more plants. But yeah, what have we been up to down at the plot? Well, last month we planted all my March seeds what needed planting. That consists of like courgettes, marrows, pumpkins, lettuce, beetroot, sweet corn, peas. We've got all them in. And then today we started planting a lot of our March seeds. So that includes runner beans and climbing beans. We've got all them in and we've planted a lot of runner beans this year. So hopefully we get a good crop. And those are using the seeds from my dad's runner beans last year, what he grew. So I haven't had to purchase any seeds. I've just used all the ones that he got from his old plants. So hopefully they'll germinate and we'll get some good crops from them. And also this week I've also planted all my potatoes. Yes, I'm a bit late with planting them, but we've got them all in and I'm planting them in boxes again this year. As when I planted them in the ground in the past, when I'm digging them up when they're ready, I tend to end up putting a fork through one, or I end up leaving loads of baby ones in the ground, and I keep getting potatoes year after year from them. So if you grow them in a box, you will obviously just be able to empty the box and get out all the potatoes without having to stab them or dig around for them until you find them. They'll all grow well in the box. And as well with growing them in a box, what you can do is like what I'm doing is I'm actually growing them inside in my polytunnel at the moment, where it's a lot warmer and there's no chance of frost to slow them down or wither them away. They can get a good head start in my polytunnel where it's probably about 5 to 10 degrees warmer in there than it is outside. So they'll get that kickstart and head start and hopefully a better crop from them. But what I'll do is when it gets to about March to May time, I'll probably move them outside so that it keeps them watered with the rain, etc. I'm having to keep watering them while they're inside, but they won't need much water at the moment because they've only just been planted, if you get me. They'll need more water as the season moves on and the plants start growing and the potatoes start growing on them, because without the water you won't be able to get lots of little potatoes growing on the plant. So hopefully we'll get a good crop from them. We did it last year and we got a decent crop from my potatoes. So fingers crossed we get another good crop from the potatoes that we grew this year. And yeah, I'm growing Charlotte and I'm growing, I can't remember the other one. I'll have to check. But we're definitely growing Charlotte potatoes. We've got two varieties that we're growing. So fingers crossed we do get a good crop and they turn out absolutely fantastic. So we've got them growing. So everything's coming along pretty much now. And yeah, I'm impressed with how it's all coming along. Everything seems to be growing fast in the shed, which is a good thing because I didn't have my shed last year. My shed had collapsed the winter before, and I hadn't got round to rebuilding it. Also, I didn't manage to start off any seeds last year. I had to purchase all my plants that I wanted planting, which, yeah, it's an expensive job. Obviously, you don't get as many plants because you only buy a few in a tray, stuff like that. So we didn't have many plants growing last year, so we've got a lot to do this year. And hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll start doing all the pricking out and start planting them up. But we won't be planting anything outside until it gets to May time when the chance of frost has passed. Some plants, yes, can cope outside with the frost, but I tend to just wait until May, and since everything's passed, then I'll plant everything out, and hopefully everything will grow fine. Um, the same goes for runner beans. Like I said, I planted my runner beans today, and what I do with my runner beans, rather than start them off in the ground, I start them off in plant pots, and I do the same for peas until they get to a decent height, and then I'll plant them outside when they're big enough to survive. Because when they're tiny and small, mice will come along, rats will come along, they'll sniff them out, and they'll eat the bean, and you'll end up losing it, so you'll end up with hardly any crop whatsoever. So I want them to be at a decent size so that they can protect themselves. And when they're big enough, what I'll do is I'll put a bottle around it and some netting to stop any pigeons from eating them. And then we've got a good chance of survival of the plant, because that's what you need to do, make sure it survives to keep it growing well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this year. It's going to be a good season down at my allotment, and we're going to get some great produce and some fantastic pictures for you all. And if you've not checked out my Instagram recently, go and check it out. The tulips down there look absolutely phenomenal. I cannot say how happy I am with the outcome of all my allotment this year. It's looking absolutely stunning. The best it's ever looked in a long time. And yes, it cost me a lot of money for all the spring bulbs and everything like that, but it was worth it. To see what it looks like now is out of this world. I wouldn't be able to think of anything what it would look like without it. It's the best display that I've ever had on my plot, and it smells phenomenal. The smell just hits you as soon as you walk on from the hyacinths and the tulips. It's absolutely stunning. Everybody down on the allotment site has said how nice it is. So if you've not checked out my photos, go and check them out. I'll probably be posting the spring flowers for the next few years. But yeah, that is for sure. I'm so impressed with it, and I'll keep sharing them pictures and sharing them all with you. So what have we got left to do over the next few months, over the next few weeks, let me say. What I'll probably end up doing is I'll probably end up potting up all my plants. What I've started growing, that'll be the big job of doing all that. I'll probably be planting some more seeds. We need to go and get some more seeds and start some off. I need to start some geraniums off. That's one thing I do need to start off. And yeah, I think I've planted all my vegetable seeds for the time being. I'm quite happy with how many veg I've got growing and got started. So we'll have to see how we get on, and I'll be sharing everything of what I've been growing. I'm obviously growing my carrots in my polytunnel at the moment in a big tub. They're all shooting through. They seem to be growing well. I can't complain at the moment. It seems that we're getting a good crop from stuff. So hopefully we do get a good crop from them, and you'll be able to see how well they grow when we pull them out. I've never had any luck with carrots whatsoever, but fingers crossed this is the first year that we have a good crop of carrots. I'm keeping them watered. There's no chance of carrot fly because they're high off the ground and the soil is perfect. They won't split because there's no stones in it because I'm using compost. So hopefully we do get a fantastic crop of carrots this year, and this will be my first year in 18 years of having my allotment that we will have a fantastic crop. So keep your eyes peeled for them. And if they do grow fantastic. I'll be jumping from the ceiling, and then you'll be getting a photo of them every single day for the rest of my life as well. But yeah, I'm happy with it all, and we'll see how we get on. So yeah, that has been today's episode, a little catch up and a little bit of how things are getting on. So make sure you tune back for tomorrow's episode, where we're going to start talking about what jobs need to be done in the allotment and garden in April. And yeah, remember to bring your notepad as well. So until next time, remember, keep smiling, keep shining, and keep gardening with Ben, everyone. And that wraps up another episode of Gardening with Ben. Thank you for joining me in this journey. Remember, every seed planted is a step towards a greener world, and every day is a chance to grow something beautiful. Keep nurturing your gardens and your souls. Until next time, I'm Gardening with Ben, reminding you to let your garden be your sanctuary. Happy gardening, and see you in the next episode. Remember, keep smiling, keep shining, and keep gardening with Ben.